Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This week we stuck with a $60 budget. Check out what we were able to get and the meals that we had. I did redeem some PC Optimum points, and I redeemed some manufacturer's coupons, and I was actually able to double up on a sale, an in-store sale, a coupon, and another coupon. Check out what we were able to do. I almost forgot to add, we weren't home for lunch on Wednesday, so there's nothing showing for that day. Not for lunch, anyways. I'm at Superstore and I'm in the wiener section. Hot dogs were on my list today, and a lot of the Snyder's products have $2 off stickers on them. There's also a bin that has a bunch of products on them, Schneider's products, but what's interesting to me is I also have a buy two, get one free coupon. So I'm gonna see if I can look through these and find something that is to my advantage. This week, I have spent $59.60 cash. I redeemed 10,000 PC Optimum points for $10, and I also redeemed some manufacturer's coupons. I shopped at Atlantic Superstore, Sobeys, Giant Tiger, Foodland, and Avery's. I got several 50% off items at Superstore. Buns, $3.50, so those worked out to $1.75. This little piece of ham worked out to $1.02, $1.01. And then these crispy shrimps, so these are like little hors d'oeuvres that would be like a snacking thing. They're regular $18.99. They were marked down to 50% off, so that brings the price down to $9.50 each. And then I redeemed $10 worth of Scene points specifically to go towards these. So these are going to be some fun items for us to have, you know, like on a special evening. I got some organic almond milk for $3.99. And they actually had a different brand for 50 cents cheaper, only that's the kind that just kind of turned on me last week and I ended up dumping it down the sink. So yeah, I just wanted a different kind this week. And then these hot dogs. So I walked up to the section, there were $2 off coupons on lots of the Schneider's products. And then they also had coupons buy two and get one free. Certain specific things applied. So I just kind of looked around at all of the options, and these cheddar wieners were two for $10. And then I had little sticky coupons that were $2 off each. So that brought them down to $6 for those two. And then I had a coupon that if I bought two, I got another one free. So my grand total, $21.83 cash for those hors d'oeuvres, buns, milk, and wieners. I was specifically looking for wings. I did find them, and I found a really great deal at Sobeys. So these were $17.28 with a $5 off coupon, and it's 1.308 kgs. So that's just over 3 pounds of wings. So that's great. I shopped at Giant Tiger. I got this big bag of bananas for $1. So those will work in some of the sundaes, the banana split sundaes that we're having, plus also in smoothies. And they also had mushrooms. I got 2 packages of them on sale for $1.49. So I spent $3.98 at Giant Tiger. Avery's had grapes on, red grapes only, on for $1.88 a pound. So this is quite a substantial bag, were $4.06, so just over 2 pounds. And Foodland had cheese on for $4.49 a block. And I had just planned on getting these two, the lactose-free marble and the lactose-free old cheddar. But when I was in there, I've never really noticed or looked at them before, and there's this Italian style. And in it, see if we can get this to focus. is provolone, mozzarella, parmesan, and Asiago. And I thought that was a really fun blend. And these bags, even though they're only 320 grams, so not quite as big as a block, they were also on for $4.49, so I got that as well. I still haven't gotten potatoes. I do have a special offer for potatoes at Superstore, but when I was in there today, the potatoes that they had were not the same brand that we have the offer for. So, doing pretty good, hovering right around $60 mark. I'm happy with that. I looked down, and sitting on the floor from when I unpacked my groceries were the 2 bags of chips. That's actually within the $59.60 total. Those were a special offer for card holders, so it didn't matter. It was in the flyer, you swipe your scene card, and you got them for $1.99. So this was also included in my $59.60 total. Tomatoes, cucumber, radishes, and a little bit of onions. Salt and pepper. This is the beginnings of a charcuterie board, which made me remember that I bought one more thing at Walmart. These were $1. Milk chocolate covered almonds. They are going on the charcuterie board, so that is $1 extra added to my budget. This masterpiece was created by the handsome one. He did a phenomenal job. He gave us olives, pickles. The meats out of the 3-pack were here, here, and here. That was that little piece of ham that I got for $1. That is white chocolate that I bought, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and I've been saving the bar. This is that Oka cheese that I got last week. It was 6 something, marked down to 4 something, and then another $2 off coupon, so that's exciting. This is the last of the pepperoni. I had bought a big kind of club pack that was marked down, and we've got them multiple meals. So this is the second charcuterie board. We also had it on pizza, and we also had it on nachos. Crackers. This is a piece of sausage that I bought from the deli last week. This is part of the brie. So the strawberries are from our garden, the blueberries are left over from last week, and the kiwi is from last week. That is the goat cheese. When we did the charcuterie board last week, I only used half, and what you see on top is my homemade cranberry pepper jelly. Everything looks really awesome. Ooh, and we have also some pretzel crackers to go with it. Smoothies today are going to be made from strawberries that I picked myself last summer and froze. We have quite a lot of those left over, so I'm going to start trying to use those up. Strawberry banana smoothies made with salted caramel protein powder. Not sure what it's going to taste like. I'm going to check it out. So here are some green onions and scallions that I planted. They are doing really well. Container planting. Oh, I suppose I could pull this one weed out. Get rid of that. Other than that, they're doing quite well. We are making wings tonight. We haven't decided if we're going to put any seasoning on the actual wings, but we 100% are making honey garlic sauce to dip the wings into once they're cooked. These look pretty good. Some of them stuck to our rotisserie or our little rotating bin. The sauce turned out great, perfect, and nice and thick for dipping. Really exciting. Simple lunch today, hamburgers and leftover pickle pasta salad. I pulled a couple things out of the freezer. We are going to cook a couple chicken strips, and we are going to make crispy chicken wraps. We've got lettuce, we've got tomatoes, whatever else, cheese, whatever else we decide to tuck in with or what normally goes in a wrap. I took 2 of the Swiss cheese slices and cut them each into thirds. I've got them on top of here, the chicken strips are cooked, but I'm just going to tuck them back in the oven because it's still warm until these melt. This turned out pretty good. Very melty. Crispy chicken Swiss wraps on organic sprouted spinach tortillas. Woo! I am aware of items that have been in the freezer for a while. I am working on using a couple each week. This I thought was ham. It's turkey. I am going to make a turkey salad. We have 2 wraps left, so that will get rid of those wraps for our lunch today. And I might dice some cucumbers or slice some cucumbers for on the side. I'm not exactly sure. I might try to spice the mayo. I might have some ranch seasoning that could go in that. We're going to see what we can make. Okay, so I have the turkey salad under here, topped with spinach and the rest of the remaining sprouts. I'm going to roll and then plate it. Turkey ranch wraps with spinach, sprouts, and cut vegetables. We are having breakfast for supper tonight. Fried eggs over easy, bacon, and hash browns. I love breakfast for supper. The whole house smells like maple, so I'm thinking that this must have been a maple flavored bacon. I didn't realize that. Sunday for a little snack after supper. I have used the last of the ice cream, the last of the maraschino cherries. That crunch stuff is gone. The handsome one ate the last of that, and I used a few chocolate chips as well. Lunch today is the leftover turkey salad, a trail mix, and an applesauce cup I found in the cupboard. We are going to have tacos for supper tonight. It's Tuesday, so we are going to get back on track with Taco Tuesday. I took out of the freezer a package of ground beef, and it was 3/4 of a pound. We are going to cook it with an onion and the taco seasoning. This turned out really, this looks really good actually. Yum, it smells awesome. We have tomatoes, salsa, and cheese. I'll have to take a look in the fridge and see what we have for lettuce. Tacos for Taco Tuesday. I am making a no meat, easy peasy bolognese sauce for some type of pasta. I haven't decided if we're going to go spaghetti or rotini. I can decide that later. The way that this works, so this is a pea protein that needs to be hydrated and cooked, and it's already spiced. You add it with 1 can of tomatoes, a 1/2 cup of water or broth. I just chose water. And it calls for a 1/2 cup of cream, which I didn't have. So I mixed about 2 spoonfuls of yogurt with the non-dairy milk that I had and used that. So I'm hoping that this doesn't curdle. I'm heating it quite slowly. So we'll see how this turns out. I've never had this before, but I have had some of the other options that are made by Epicure that are vegan options, and I actually quite like them. So using up an item that was in my cupboard, trying something new, and we'll see how this turns out. This has been simmering for just under 15 minutes, which is what it called for. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer because my first couple minutes that I had the timer on, it wasn't actually simmering. I did add in some garlic. I also added in some basil and a few other spices just to make it a little spicier. So we decided to go with penne for the pasta, and in the penne was just a couple little bow ties that were left over, and then I thought, I'm not quite sure if that's going to be enough, so I threw in a very small handful of rotini. So this is just going to be a little bit of everything pasta. Pasta with a vegan bolognese sauce. The handsome one doesn't love pasta and he requested the penne tonight. So I gave him only penne and I took kind of the mismatch penne and some rotini and even some little bow ties. I topped this with salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese. And for garnishing, I put a little black olives. Our ice cream is gone. So until perhaps next grocery buy, when we get more ice cream, we don't have anything sweet. So I decided to make some cookies. This is going to be 15 cookies. I used my little scoop. I'm going to roll them into more uniform balls before I put them in the oven. Okay, this is looking good. I'm going to put them in the oven at 375, and the recipe calls for 15 minutes, but I'm going to check them at 10 because we have a history in this house of overcooking cookies. The garden is making out pretty okay, and we haven't been giving it tons and tons of attention. We've been quite busy. You can see here that the strawberries are just kind of taking off. Oh, look, there's one. Oh, a couple berries. They are kind of taking over this back half of the garden. We've got some beets along the ground here, and then peppers and peppers. They are doing very well. Carrots, and we've never really had much luck with carrots, so this is pretty exciting. The 2 rows of tomatoes, and they are just going crazy. You can see how heavy these ones here. They're like way over the edge. We're gonna have to try to figure something out. We've got beans along here. We had a couple things that didn't make it over here, so we've got some pumpkins that we planted in little containers up on the deck, and we transplanted them down here. We'll see how they make out. Down here, I'm not sure. I can't remember if this is squash or zucchini or what, but looks like we've got cucumbers. I'm not sure. Then we have the 2 massive Swiss chard that we did from seed inside. These are Swiss chard that we kind of planted from seed. This is dill, which is growing for the first time since we've tried to plant it many years. So I'm excited about this. Everything's looking pretty good, considering that we had tons and tons and tons and tons of water, and now it's crazy, 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 crazy hot. Really great. The 10-minute timer just went off, so let's check. Oh yeah, nowhere's near done yet. So these look pretty good. I was thinking that they were going to go from the little ball shapes down to a cookie shape, but I guess not. I'm going to take them out. They're still cooling. I can't quite tell if they're fully cooked in the middle or not. They're very crumbly. They taste delicious. I'm going to see once they cool, and the bottom looks good, so no burning. Yay me. I'm going to kind of see, yeah, you guys can see that. That's really good. Yeah, that's done. That's okay. Since the first batch turned out okay, I decided to make a second. I added about a half a tablespoon of extra water in this batch. They were a little more malleable when I was rolling them, and then I pressed them down with a fork just to get that more standard cookie shape. This batch turned out really, really good. You can see already a taste test has happened. Rotini with bolognese sauce for lunch. So just in case, for anyone who is curious, the back half of the property is filled with blackberries, and they are growing. We are going to figure out how to use this cheesy fries. The handsome one got me this way back for Mother's Day, and I have not opened it yet. So this is our first time. It was a new product back then, seemed very exciting. I'm pretty excited to try it. I've seen pictures of people just using it as a seasoning on top of fries, but then I've also seen people making a sauce with it. So I'm going to have to Google it and figure it out. For sure, we're definitely using it as a seasoning, maybe also as a sauce. Okay, we have some shoestring fries here that we found in the downstairs freezer. They've obviously been in there a long time because there's lots of crystallization. So I've never used this seasoning before, so I'm just going to shake it onto the fries. We're going to put them in the basket and put them in the air fryer. Hot dogs and cheesy fries for supper. Ketchup, mustard, relish, and onions. Ketchup on my fries for me. Cheese whiz, relish, and onions for the handsome one. I don't know what he's going to dip his fries in. We had a really great week, and this week and last week, we were able to really get some exciting things for us by redeeming points. I really feel like when there is an opportunity to collect points and it doesn't cost you any money, why not participate? You can't redeem if you don't collect in the first place. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Here for us in Nova Scotia, it's a long weekend.